All right.
Sweet, man. So, alrighty. So we have Mr. Will Poon here with me. I've been working with Will we're coming up on close to a year, I believe. Do you remember when it is that you started?
I believe I started like in February.
Yeah, so we're
Yeah.
definitely we're closing in on it, and so
Yeah.
Will and I have been working together for a good little while, and he's here to tell us a little bit about his experience within the program. So, Will, if you could tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
So I'm William Cachipoon. So basically, I am a student now. I'm working for Air Canada as in accounting. Um, yeah, I've tried different kind of path for gym and physical training, and I'm right here.
Yeah.
So,
Now,
yeah.
before you hopped into the program with us, what were some of the things that you were struggling with?
I think one of my biggest problem, I would say, or trouble, I would more say it was to gain weight, like proper weight. And I tried a lot of different methods, try to gain a lot of weight, but it didn't then reduce it.
Yeah.
But it does reduce, but it doesn't give anything.
No physical changes.
There's no physical changes, or
Ye-
it really slims you down. Like it really slimmed down, but it's not what I want.
Yeah,
So,
I remember you telling me one of the biggest things was you bulked up, but in the past, and you got up to a certain weight, but you felt fat, and then whenever you cut all the weight off again, you were like, I didn't change much at all. And so now, when we first started, you were how much? You were you were just under 120 pounds, right?
yes.
And right now you're floating right around what?
Uh,
Right around 145?
145, I
Oh,
think.
that's right. I'm so sorry. You're in
No.
kilos majority of the time. So, but yeah. Uh, but yeah, so on American metrics, he started right around 120. He's now floating around 145. And I would say probably about 75-80% of that has been muscle. And one of the biggest things that Will has been able to achieve, which is a really, really big feat, is getting to weighted calisthenic movements, meaning he's now doing weighted chin-ups and weighted dips and weighted push-ups and stuff like that. So he's getting ridiculously strong. Getting to a body weight chin-up on its own, not an easy feat. And now that he's mastered those, he's like, all right, I'm ready for the next challenge. And it's just exciting seeing that he continues to grow and grow and grow. And so what other things have you been able to accomplish since we've started?
One of the biggest things that you mentioned was chin up. Like I would never, if you asked me like a few years ago, like here's a belt and you put some weight on. Like, yeah, no,
Put
that's
some extra weight on.
that's not gonna happen. Or actually go train with a rack, with a weight rack. For me, like if you tell me to go to the gym or anything, I would touch pretty much like the normal equipment, normal equipment, more like the machines, but not really the rack, like the big rack. So
Yeah, the big power rack.
I was like the big power rack.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got you all comfy in there. Get you because we do a lot of work in that bad boy, don't we?
Yes. Yes.
That's good, man. Well, that kind of leads me to my next question. What have been some of your favorite parts about the program so far?
I think my favorite part of the program is like there's a lot of weights. Like every month there's a lot of like changes for the workout. So I really liked that part of the program, as well as I have like support from my coach, from Bryce, for like every like a weekly check-in, and do like have a more of a have a structured program where you know what you're working out, and actually using the application, which is really helpful for tracking what you're doing, how many reps, and actually know what you're like, what's your next step, what's your next goal, what you're trying to aim for. So that's really, really helpful.
Yeah, one of the things that you actually just mentioned, that last part right there, that's one of the biggest things that people actually don't do, is they don't track their workouts. And I don't know if that's what you didn't do in the past, but that might have been a reason why you didn't build as much muscle, because when you start tracking, it's like, oh, I did this weight for this many reps next week, I just need to beat that. And then when you're constantly beat it, you get results like Will has here, where he just gets ridiculously strong. And we're at the end of his bulk, we're kind of just doing a body recomposition phase because it's still winter time right now. And once we head into spring, we're going to go into a little cut for him. But what would you say the most helpful part of the program has been so far?
I think the most helpful part of the program would be like staying, like being held accountable, to have the weekly check-in, to know what you're setting for goals, and actually like also for in terms of calories and what you're like intake, like what you like what you're aiming for. That's I think one of the biggest part. It's to set and see where you're going for, like what you're aiming for.
Yeah, most definitely. Because one of the things that what you've probably noticed is we'll make some minor adjustments from week to week if we need to. Yes. And it's like, we don't make really big changes over time because we want to make it seamless. And so whenever you were done with the bulk, it wasn't like, all right, go all the way down to this. It was like, we'll slowly move our way down, because you would have felt hungry. You would have been like, I'm missing out on all this food. But now you're at like you've been maintaining this weight now for probably a month or two now. So you've got that rhythm down. And I know that over the last month or so, things have been hectic for you. So it's been good for us to just kind of like put our foot on the brake a little bit and just relax. And you still work hard. It's not like you're not working hard, but the nutrition doesn't need to be as dialed in at the moment, because you have so many other stressors out in life.
Right.
For sure, for sure. Awesome, man. Well, my last question to you is, if somebody was on the fence about joining the program, what is something that you would tell them?
I would really say, you like think about what you want, and really like, because you're thinking about, okay, I'm trying different things. Does it really work? But I would say for this program, it really does work. And I just go for it. One of the biggest thing that pushed me to join the program was Coach Stefan. I remember clearly him challenging me, okay, why not try it out? Just try it out. What are you waiting for? If you have a goal set, try it. Just trust the process and go for it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. And I just tried it, and it really does work, and it's really flexible. There's a lot, like, your coach like supports you like in different ways, and they'll like give you, if it doesn't work out for your style, a little tweak in here and there, and it works, and you're still on your way for the goal that you set. Basically.
Exactly. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, man. And then the one thing that I will say in this regards is, we as coaches are only as good as our clients. And so I'm not going to take any more than like 1% credit for what Will has done, because he's been phenomenal to work with. He's been putting in a ton of work, and I'm the one who sets the game plan. I'm there to support him, but he's ultimately the one who has to go show up, track his food, eat in specific ways. We of course make it so that it's easier and harder as it needs to be. But then in regards to the training, like he said, making it flexible, but he still has to show up, and he's done it. And he's got tremendous results. He's packed on close to probably about 20 pounds of muscle. And he's just getting ridiculously strong, and it's not going to stop. We're just going to keep on rolling, and I'm excited for what the year has to come. All righty. With that being said, Will, thank you for hopping on. Thank you for joining us and letting everybody know. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.
Yes. Thank you.